Man, I just love playing my favorite game of all time, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm starting to become like a pro in this game. I played this game last year and I'm still doing good at beating up my opponents. I just hope that I will keep this up so I won't mess my streak up and become the worst Smash player worldwide.
Lamar, come downstairs for a brief moment. We have some very important news to tell you.
God damn it. I hate it when my parents interrupt me while I'm doing something. This just makes me sick. I guess I'll go see what my dad wants from me. Yes, Mom and Dad. What is it that you want from me?
Lamar, do you remember your principal, Mrs. Ramirez, from school?
Yes. I do remember her. What about it?
Well, Lamar, after watching the news on what happened to Carolina because of a troublemaking student named Jodie Cantrell pouring rat poison onto her salad, we have just noticed that she is fully recovered from the hospital, and now she is back home celebrating with her husband, her kids, and some of the junior students from school. Isn't that exciting?
Wait a minute. Don't tell me that this is true at all.
Well, unfortunately, it is true. Uh-oh. I think Lamar's going to have a mental breakdown.
You're right about that, honey. We might as well embrace ourselves.
Oh my fucking God. This is so fucking unfair. I can't fucking believe that Mrs. Ramirez is back home from recovering from the fucking hospital already. I fucking hate that son of a bitch so much. I wanted her ass to be dead forever, but no, absolutely not. Now I have to deal with her sorry ass getting me in trouble and suspended from school every fucking day. This is the worst day ever in my whole fucking life.
Young man, do not raise your voice like that. That makes our ears bleed when you do that. And you don't ever say rude and disrespectful things about your principal ever again. That is very disrespectful for you to say this to your own principal.
And for the love of God, Lamar, just learn to accept the fact that your principal is recovered from the hospital, not just throw a huge mental breakdown over it. I don't know what's been going on with you lately, but you need to chill out and cut this mess out right now or there will be severe consequences heading your way.
Never, you bitches. You all should fucking know that I fucking hate that nigga Mrs. Ramirez so much. I wanted her ass to die already because she always gets in my way of suspending me from school every single fucking day. This is so fucking outrageous.
Lamar Keyshawn gravely. Enough. And how many times have we told you to stop using the N-word towards people? It's considered racist towards black and non-black people. You know what? Just go upstairs to your room. We don't want to see your face for the rest of the day. You're grounded for the mental breakdown you just threw. Get out of our faces right now, you racist chap.
I can't believe that my annoying parents told me that Mrs. Ramirez is back home from the hospital. I thought she was going to be dead at first, but apparently not. You know what? I think she needs a special present that she won't forget. But how will I be able to do that? Wait a minute. I got an idea. I shall pour water all over Mrs. Ramirez. Matter of fact, I think I should get my friends to help me pour water all over her. This will be my ultimate revenge on her for getting me and my friends in trouble and suspended from school every day. Ha 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 ha. But first I need to talk with Dylan and my friends about giving Mrs. Ramirez a good payback after what she did to me and my friends at school.
Ugh. I can't believe that Mrs. Ramirez is back home from recovering from the hospital. Did you guys watch the news about what happened?
Yes.
We all watched the news, and they said that a troublemaker named Jodie Cantrell poured rat poison onto Mrs. Ramirez's salad, which got her traumatized and sent to the hospital. She had to stay in the hospital for a couple of months due to that. And now we're hearing from the news saying that she's fully recovered and now back at home celebrating with her crappy family. Can you believe this already, guys?
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, Carl. No wonder why she is recovered from rat poisoning. She should have been dead by now, but apparently she ain't. And now we have to deal with her terrible bullshit getting me, Dylan and Lamar into trouble and suspending us from school a lot. I kinda wished she never existed here in the first place.
Hold up, guys. My phone's ringing. Hello?
Hi Dylan, it's Lamar.
Oh hey Lamar. How's it going?
It's going pretty terrible for me. Did you watch the news about Mrs. Ramirez being recovered from the hospital because of a troublemaking student named Jodie Cantrell pouring rat poison onto her salad?
Yeah, I've seen it, and this makes me and my other Flying Eagle members sick. Can you ever imagine of a principal like Mrs. Ramirez being suffered from natural diseases and then being fully recovered after being in the hospital for months now?
I know, right? And because of that, I've been told from Raven that him, Rebecca, Kenward and Eloise had to interfere with Mr. Roden and Officer Daniel, and they were identifying each particular student who was responsible for poisoning Carolina Ramirez and sending her to the hospital. And it turns out that after Officer Daniel reviewed the DNA on the rat poisoning bottle and figured out whose fingerprint that is, it was Jodie after all who did all of this mess. And this happened on the first day of school not that long ago.
Wow. Just wow. I have never seen a troublemaker like Jodie do this kind of mess to a principal before. What Jodie did to Carolina was wrong, and this gets her husband Dave and her kids Ashano and Sierra upset and enraged because of this. I'm so glad that Jodie is now in jail for a very long time. She deserved it after what she did to our principal from school. But now me, you and Tristan have to deal with Mrs. Ramirez's sorry ass getting us suspended from school every day. I really wish that she never existed here in the first place.
Exactly. Which is why I'm calling you right now to tell you and our friends about my plan that I came up with as a revenge to Mrs. Ramirez for getting us in trouble at school every day.
Oh really? What's the plan you came up with?
Well, I was thinking about pouring water all over Mrs. Ramirez as a revenge for getting us in trouble at school every day. In fact, we should all pour water all over her together. Mrs. Ramirez and her family are planning on going to the park later on for a nice sensational view, so this will be a good time to pull off our plan. How does that sound?
That sounds like a perfect idea, Lamar. After all, she needs to have her own karma for getting us in trouble at school. What time should we start though?
Carolina and her family doesn't go to the park until 5:45, so how about we start this at 5 o'clock instead?
That sounds like a good time right there. We'll meet up at your place at 5 o'clock, and we can all execute our plan to get back at Mrs. Ramirez for what she did to us.
All right. Sounds good to me. See you guys at my place at 5 o'clock, and we can get this plan out of the way. Bye.
Bye.
What did Lamar say over the phone?
He told me that he has a plan that he came up with, and that involves pouring water all over Mrs. Ramirez as a revenge for getting us in trouble at school. And he also told me that since Carolina and her family doesn't go out to the park until 5:45, he told us to meet up at his place later today at 5 o'clock so we can all get Lamar's plan executed. Mrs. Ramirez is so gonna pay for this after what she did to me, Lamar and Tristan at school.
That sounds like an excellent plan that Lamar came up with. Mrs. Ramirez truly deserves her peace of mind after what she did to you, Lamar and Tristan at school.
Yeah. I agree with Blaze.
And even though me, Carl, Blaze and Daly go to Open Skyboarding Academy and not VHS, we all execrate Mrs. Ramirez for all of her terrible actions lately.
I couldn't agree more, Trophy. We honestly can't wait to see the looks on Carolina's face when we pour water all over her. This is just like the time when we all helped pour water onto 5 boys named Bud, Enrique, Kalao, Khalil and Santiago, also known as the Bex Boys.
Same here. Mrs. Ramirez needs to have her own karma and payback coming her way.
I agree with Medali. Carolina has definitely crossed the line big time for getting me, Dylan and Lamar suspended from school a few months ago. She needs to get a life and not get us into trouble nor suspend us every day at school.
Exactly. And she also deserved to get her karma after she didn't enroll Trick into VHS when he's getting sick and tired of going to Springfield High School every day.
I agree with all of you fellow Eagles. All right then, my fellow Eagles, we need to meet up at Lamar's house at 5 o'clock so we can get his plan executed. Are you all ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay then, let's all go back to our hideout and wait until 5 o'clock so we can all execute Lamar's plan. Let's go.
Man, I love playing my favorite games on my Samsung Galaxy S21, such as Subway Surfers, Minion Rush, Candy Crush Saga, Angry Birds, Papa's Burgeria, Cover Orange, and many more. Oh, would you look at the time? It's now 5 o'clock. So I need to go ahead and do my plan. But first, I will jump out through the window behind me because if I try to leave the house with the front door, my parents will tell me to get back inside because I'm grounded. Let's jump out from my window behind me. Here we go. Ugh. Jumping from the window really hurts me very badly. But whatever. Now this is my chance to execute my plan. I will call Dylan and my friends and let them know that we're ready to begin our plan. Ha 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 ha.
All right fellas, it's time we get everything set up for Lamar's plan. First, when I get a phone call from Lamar in any minute, I will have him go and get a bucket of water from his house, and then once he calls back saying that he got the water bucket, we will meet up at his place to pull off his ultimate plan so we can all get back at Mrs. Ramirez for everything she has done to me, Lamar and Tristan. Are we all clear on what I said?
Yes.
Excellent. That must be Lamar calling me right now. Hello?
Hi Dylan, it's Lamar again. It is now 5 o'clock already. So are you ready to get this plan started?
You bet we are. Now Lamar, may I ask you to go and get a bucket from your parents' garage without them noticing and fill it up with water?
Sure thing. I will go do that right now, and I'll call you back once I finish filling up the bucket with water.
Sounds good to me. Bye.
Bye. All right. I guess I will go and get a bucket from my parents' garage and fill it up with water. But I need to do this quietly so my parents won't notice me doing something heinous and force me to go back to my room since I'm grounded. Let's not chit-chat any longer and let's focus on my plan to get back at Mrs. Ramirez for getting me and my friends in trouble at school every day. Perfect. The bucket is now fully filled up with water. Now all I need to do is call Dylan back and tell him and his crew to meet up at my place, and we can get my plan executed perfectly. I can't wait to get my revenge on Carolina Ramirez after everything she has done to me and my friends at school. I'll call Dylan back right now and tell him that I filled up the bucket with water.
It's Lamar calling me again. I think he might have filled the bucket up with water. Hello?
Hi Dylan, it's Lamar once again. I filled up the bucket with water without my parents noticing me. So now you and your crew can come over to my house so we can execute my plan perfectly to get back at Mrs. Ramirez for everything she has done to us at school.
You managed to fill up your bucket with water without your parents noticing you? Excellent. We are on our way to your house now to pull off this plan that you came up with.
Wonderful. See you all at my place. We can't wait to fully execute my plan perfectly. Bye.
Bye.
What did Lamar say on the phone?
He said that he filled up the bucket with water without his parents noticing him, and he told us to come over to his house to pull off his plan so we can finally get our revenge on Mrs. Ramirez.
Excellent. This will be so hilarious when we all pour water all over Carolina Ramirez as a result for getting you, Lamar and Tristan in trouble every day.
I agree with you, Trophy. Carolina needs to get drenched completely because of this. Hopefully this will teach her a strict lesson not to get Dylan, Lamar and Tristan in trouble at school ever again.
Exactly. Not after what she did with those other troublemakers from school, especially that Jodie Cantrell girl who poisoned her and nearly killed her and got her husband and her kids worried sick.
Also don't forget about her not enrolling Violi and her friends, especially tricked into VHS ever since Violi and our crew failed the 8th grade a few years ago and when Tripp's getting sick and tired of going to Springfield High School and getting bullied by several people every day.
I agree with all of you guys. Alright fellas, we have a mission we need to complete, and that involves us pouring water all over Mrs. Ramirez alongside Lamar as a revenge for getting me, Lamar himself and Tristan in trouble at school every day. Are y'all ready to get this mission started?
Yes, we are.
Perfect. Alright then, let's get this mission started. Off to Lamar's house we go.
Okay guys, are you all ready to get back at Mrs. Ramirez for getting us in trouble at school every day?
Of course we are ready. This will be her unlucky gift for punishing us at school because of our troublemaking antics lately.
I agree with Dylan. After everything she has done to us, including getting Dylan in trouble and arrested after beating up Michael over Cecilia last year and not letting Lamar enter his senior year, it's time that we teach her a big and strict lesson to not get us in trouble ever again.
We all can't wait to see the looks on Carolina's face when she gets drenched by the 8 of us. Hopefully that she won't bother you or anyone else at school ever again.
Exactly. Well guys, what are we waiting for? Let's go and get this plan executed so we can all get revenge on Mrs. Ramirez for everything she has done to me, Dylan and Tristan at school.
Good idea,
Lamar. Perfect. Let's all do this.
So Raven, Rebecca, Kenward, and Eloise, I want to thank you once again for helping out Mr. Rodin to find out who was the culprit for poisoning my wife and sending her to the hospital.
It's our pleasure, Mr. Ramirez. And even though we're still troublemakers in school, we're glad that we were able to help out with something good for once.
Yeah, I agree with Rebecca. We may be still troublemakers, but it was totally worth it. We hope that this doesn't happen to our principal ever again, because even though we hate her, we still care about her nowadays.
I agree with both Rebecca and Kenwood.
Me too.
If it wasn't for Mommy, then we would all be sad and depressed, and Daddy would have to find a new wife and have his wife be my and Ashano's stepmother. But thanks to the doctors, Mommy's back in business and in good condition.
Yeah, I agree with my sister. We love our Mommy so much, and we will always be there for her in case something strange happens to her, like suffering from mental problems, getting yelled at another person, getting severely beat up by another person, etc.
That's good to hear from you, Sierra and Ashano. Now if you'll excuse us, we got some things that we need to take care of. See you tomorrow at school, Mrs. Ramirez.
You too, Raven, Rebecca, Kenward, and Eloise. And try not to act bad tomorrow, because I don't want to have to suspend you for if you do.
We'll try our very best not to cause trouble. We promise. See y'all later.
You all take care now.
Alright guys, so right now we can see Mrs. Ramirez having a nice relaxation with her husband and kids. What we'll do is, we'll wait until Dave, Sierra, and Ashano get ready to use the restroom, and once they leave, it will be our chance to pour water all over Mrs. Ramirez all together. This will be so hilarious when she gets drenched, just like the time when we poured water all over Bud, Enrique, Kalu, Callo, and Santiago, also known as the Bex Boys, and they all got drenched. How does the plan sound?
That sounds like a good plan, Lamar. This will be her ultimate payback for getting me, you, Tristan and the rest of the troublemakers in trouble at school every day.
Yeah. I 100% agree with Dylan. Serves her right for doing all of this type of mess towards us, especially getting us suspended, giving us lunch and after-school detentions every day, and making us do some hard and crappy worksheets that our teachers give to us as well.
I agree with you both. We can't wait to fully execute our plan together. In the meantime, let's keep hiding in the bushes until it is the right time to pour water all over Mrs. Ramirez as a revenge.
Good idea, Lamar.
Honey, I need to use the restroom real quick.
Me too. I need to use the restroom as well. I gotta pee really bad, because I don't want to pee on myself.
Same here as always.
Okay then. I'll be sitting here until you all get back.
Perfect. Those three are going to the restroom. Now this is our chance to get back at Mrs. Ramirez. Great. All right. Let's do this.
Man, what a beautiful evening to be outside for a nice relaxation. I'm so glad that I'm finally back home after recovering from the hospital for months now. And best of all, some of the students that I know gave me some really cool gifts while I was recovering, and even the Rebel Rockers performed a song at our house as well. I just hope that nothing bad will happen to me during this nice relaxation at the park.
All right. So are you guys ready to do this?
Yes, we are.
Great. All right then, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
What the? Blah 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 blah.
Everyone, run.
Oh my goodness. I'm now completely drenched with water all over me. I didn't do anything to deserve this. Now I have to dry my clothes off and wash them from the dryer because of this.
All right, honey, we are back from the restroom. Oh my God. Carolina, you're all soaking wet. What happened?
Well, Dave, I got water all over me out of nowhere, and now I'm completely drenched. I didn't expect that to happen, and I didn't deserve any of this. Now I have to dry my clothes off because of this.
Oh geez. I'm sorry that you got completely drenched out of nowhere. You didn't deserve any of this mess at all.
Oh no, Mommy's all soaking wet. How did this all happen?
Well, I was sitting down and relaxing while you all went to the restroom, and I noticed that I heard some footsteps coming from nowhere. And then suddenly, I heard someone saying that they're going to pour water all over me. So I didn't even recognize that voice until they all poured water all over me unexpectedly and ran off. And that's how I got completely drenched over nothing.
Oh my, I'm so sorry that you got drenched for nothing. You haven't done anything wrong to deserve all of this.
I wonder who is responsible for all of this?
Hey guys, we have a very serious problem. I've just found several culprits who are responsible for all of this.
Really? Who are they?
Well sir, I just found out that 8 culprits were responsible for pouring water all over your wife. They are, Dylan Dawson, Trophy, Carl Armstrong, Lamar Gravely, Blaze Cunningham, Tristan Davidson, Chris Gonzalez, and Madeley. And they are all part of a troublemaking gang that we know of called the Flying Eagles. So ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to watch this video that I recorded on my phone, and tell me if you know any of these persons mentioned in the video.
Okay. I'll watch the video to see what happened. Wait just a second. I know these guys, especially 3 of them that goes to the school that I work at. And they all poured water all over me when I wasn't looking. I bet they did all of that just so they can get back at me for getting them in trouble at school every day.
Wait, what? Those guys poured water all over my wife when she wasn't looking while we went to the restroom? Oh my freaking God. You have got to be kidding me right now. I can't believe those 8 monsters would pour water all over you just so they can get back at you for getting them in trouble at school. First Jodie poisoned you and got you sent to the hospital, and now this? This is absolutely stupid for them to do this to you. You know what? We have had enough with those 8 stupid troublemakers causing trouble behind our backs. That does it. I am so calling each of their parents and let them know about everything they done to you. They all need to be severely punished by their parents when they get home. I'm calling them right now.
Please do, because I'm getting sick and tired of those troublemakers doing heinous acts behind our backs. Thank you so much for showing me this video that you recorded on your phone. I just can't believe that Dylan, Lamar, Tristan, Blaze, Trophy, Chris, Carl and Medaley would pour water all over me just so they can get back at me for getting them in trouble at school.
You're more than welcome, ma'am. Once again, I'm deeply sorry that this all happened to you. Now if you'll excuse me, I got some errands that I need to take care of. See you later.
You too, and have a good rest of your day.
Thanks.
Wait a second, so you're saying that those 8 troublemakers named Dylan, Trophy, Carl, Lamar, Blaze, Tristan, Chris, and Medley poured water all over you just so they can get back at you for getting them in trouble at school?
Yes, Sierra. Those are the troublemakers that were the cause of this. And I know 3 of those people that go to school where I work at, and they like to cause trouble every day, and that just gets me sick right there. I wish those troublemakers never existed here in Vion City in the first place.
I agree with you, Mommy. They need to be severely punished by their parents for their own good. Heck, they need to be sent to a mental home so they can learn how to behave like a real person at all times instead of doing something terrible like this every single day. Hopefully this will teach them a big and strict lesson not to do this to you ever again.
You're right about that, Ashano. They all need to get some serious help from other people if this is how they're gonna be. But let's not worry about them for now and let's worry about taking good care of Mommy every single day.
Good idea, Mommy.
Okay, honey, I've just finished calling each of the troublemakers' parents and they're gonna deal with them when they all get home. Hopefully this will give them plenty of time to reflect back for what they all did to you.
That's great to know. I hope they all get punished for this when they get home. Anyways, let's all head back home now. It's almost starting to get dark.
Great idea. We'll let the water that those troublemakers did to you dry off for the night. Let's go home right now.
Well guys, we finally did it. We all executed our plan perfectly, and we all poured water all over Mrs. Ramirez as a revenge for getting me, Dylan and Tristan in trouble at school every day. This has been a very special day of doing some troublemaking stuff for all of us.
I agree with you, Lamar. We're all glad that Carolina got what she deserved for what she did to us at school. This will teach her a strict lesson not to get you, me and Tristan in trouble at school ever again.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dylan. Mrs. Ramirez needs to be fired from Vion High School if she keeps treating you 3 like this. In other words, she needs to quit her job at becoming a principal in all school districts.
Same here. Even though me, Blaze, Carl, Chris and Daly don't go to VHS and only go to Open Sky Boarding Academy, we dislike Mrs. Ramirez for good. I hope this school burns down to the ground one day, because we are all getting tired of going to school every day without our parents letting us stay home every day.
You're right about that, Trophy. That was so hilarious when Carolina Ramirez got completely drenched in water by us. She needs to learn how to take good care of troublemakers like us instead of treating us bad all the time. She is nothing but a piece of crap nowadays, to be honest.
I agree with you, Tristan. Carolina got what she deserved, and she needs to be put in jail for the rest of her life if she keeps her idiotic behavior towards us up. Next time, we should pour water all over our retarded parents and some of the good users that we despise so much, such as Andrew or Roscoe, G.A. Bricks, the Joju in 4444, Connor the Sushi Packer, Vance Productions, Corey Comedian 1993, David the Animator 2005, N Animator, R Animate, The Blue Laughing Dude, Novodrome Animations, Brainiac Adam, Henry Tren, Adrian 2007 Productions, and other good users that we despise so much.
I couldn't agree with you on that, Carl. Serves her right for doing all of this type of mess towards us, especially getting Dylan, Lamar and Tristan in trouble every day at school, giving them lunch and after-school detentions every day, and forcing them to do some hard and terrible worksheets that their teachers give to them every day as well.
I agree with you daily. Also, don't forget that she didn't enroll Violi and her crew, especially Trick, into VHS when she and her crew failed the 8th grade a few years ago, and when he's getting sick and tired of going to Springfield High School and getting bullied by several people every day. If she ever tries to get in Lamar, Dylan and Tristan's way of getting them in trouble again, then we'll all beat her up with some brutal melee weapons until she's completely knocked out and unconscious. We all can't stand Mrs. Ramirez getting Lamar, Dylan and Tristan in trouble at school every day.
I agree with all of you guys. Well, fellas, our mission is completed. Way to go, guys. Now that our mission is accomplished, I think it's time that we all head back home, because our parents might be worried about us.
Good idea. How about we all walk home together instead?
That's a great idea, Lamar. We all should walk home together instead. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's all walk home together.
Lamar, where have you been all day? We spent all day looking for you around the house. Don't answer that. We have everything we needed. We just got a phone call from Dave Ramirez, and he said that you poured water all over Mrs. Ramirez along with your friends. Not only that, but you also snuck out of the house when we specifically told you to stay in your room because you're grounded for all of that outburst you just did this morning. Is all of this true? Tell us the full truth right now, and do not tell a lie on us.
Spit it out right now and tell us the truth.
Okay. I'll tell you guys the full truth. When you all told me that Mrs. Ramirez is recovered from the hospital this morning, I got really angry over it, and I said that I wanted her to die already because she was getting in my way of suspending me from school every day. So I went up to my room and came up with a plan to get back at Mrs. Ramirez for everything she has done to me and my friends at school, and that involves pouring water all over her. Heck, I even helped my friends pour water all over her as a result of not doing this myself. So I went to the garage and picked up your bucket that you always store in there, and I filled it up with water until it was completely full. Then after that, I went with my friends to the park, and we had to hide in the bushes until it was the right time to do that. And after Dave, Sierra and Ashano left to go to the restroom, we all went up to her and we all poured water all over her all together, and we all ran off back to the park entrance. And that's how I was able to get back at Mrs. Ramirez for getting me and my friends in trouble at school every day. I'm very sorry, Mom and Dad. Please don't punish me for this. I promise I'll be a good boy from now on. Give me another chance.
Sean Gravely. What the fuck is your problem lately? Words cannot even begin to describe how furious and much we're at you right now. We can't fucking believe that you snuck out of the house when you were told not to, and poured water all over your goddamn principal. What made you decide to do all of this type of shit? Huh? This type of behavior will not, and I mean not, be tolerated at all, young man.
Now this truly isn't the first time you poured water all over someone. First you poured water all over Bud, Enrique, Kalo, Calvin Santiago along with your friends, also known as the Bex Boys, and now this. This is now your second offense on pouring water all over another person. How would you like it if someone poured water all over you out of nowhere? You would have suffered the same thing as you did with the Bex Boys and your principal. You are going to be 18 in less than 4 months, and you're still acting like a fucking 5-year-old child.
We told you millions of times to stop causing trouble to the city every single fucking day, but you still don't listen to us exactly, and you always disobey us a lot. You are starting to become much worse than the other troublemakers out there. I don't know what's been going into you lately, but all of this type of mess like you did today needs to be put to a stop right now. Period. That does it. We cannot stand you causing way too much trouble around the city and doing illegal and stupid shit behind our backs every single day. You are grounded until the 2021-2022 school year ends next summer. And since you only care about your electronics so much, we will be taking away your computer, your video games, your TV, your phone, your Xbox One, your Nintendo Switch, your tablets and smartphones, and many more until further notice. And while you are grounded, you will be eating absolutely nothing, and I mean, absolutely nothing, zilch, but lumpy potatoes for every single meal including dessert, and we strongly mean it. And because of what you did to Mrs. Ramirez today, you will be forced to write a true apology letter to her, and it has to be completely sincere enough, or you will have to start over until it is completely right. And if you do not comply with that, you will be receiving 1,000 Warren-style punishments every day until further notice, and you will be put in time out for 200 hours every day as well, until you decide to listen to what we tell you to do.
Now go upstairs to your room and start working on the apology letter to Mrs. Ramirez, or there will be severe consequences coming your way. We are completely done with you for the rest of the night. We don't want to see your face ever again for the rest of the night. Scram, now.
That does it. We are getting sick and tired of listening to your shitty ass motorcar crimes every single day. So this time, starting tomorrow morning, I will use Beyond Logic to turn you into one, and Vance will definitely give you away as a prize on one of his game shows. Wake your ass up right now. Today is the day where you will be turned into a motorcar and sold as a prize on one of Vance's game shows.
But Dad, I don't want to be turned into a motorcar and get sold away as a prize.
I don't care what you want, Lamar. This is what you get for crying like a motorcar every day and every time you go upstairs to your room. So get used to it, because it's for your own good. Now I will use Beyond Logic to turn you into one.
But...
Shut up.
Beyond Logic, activate.
No.
Oh my god. It actually worked. That'll teach Lamar not to cry like a motorcar every day. Now I'm going to call Vance over here to come drive Lamar to one of his game shows.
Thank you Tayshaun for turning Lamar into a motor car. He truly deserves to be given away as a prize on one of my game shows. I will now drive Lamar to the Vian Price is Right showcase so he can be won on national TV.
Alright. And Lamar, have fun being on the Vian Price is Right until you get one as a prize on national TV.
No Vance. Please don't drive me to the Vian Price is Right. I'm demanding you...
Ha 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 ha. Take that, Lamar. Hope this teaches you a strong lesson for crying like a motorcar every day, and for pouring water all over your principal along with your friends at the park. Now that I won't have to deal with Lamar for a while, I will go and watch some TV, and probably fix myself some bacon, eggs and pancakes with butter and maple syrup for breakfast. I will go back inside now and start doing all of this stuff.